Hi everyone, welcome back to Fit Beauty Kitchen. I'm Lauren. Today we are going to make acai bowls. The first time that I had an acai bowl was probably 3 years ago when I visited my sister in Florida. And ever since then, they've been a staple breakfast for me, especially on the weekends, especially in the summertime, because they're super refreshing, super fruity, and we're gonna make it so that it's packed with really good nutrients and protein and healthy fats. So we're gonna start with the acai pack. You definitely have to go to a specialty food store for these. I know that Trader Joe's carries them, Whole Foods carries them. I went to a store called Healthy Living that carries them here. And it's pretty much just macerated acai berries that's been frozen in packs. So normally you'd have to run it under water, but we already did that, so it's good to put into our smoothie already. But acai berry has been known to be really high in antioxidants. It's thought of as a superfood. It's just really good for you. A lot of people think that it boosts metabolism. There's been conflicting studies, but I got the unsweetened acai version. You guys know that I really don't like pre-sweetened foods. I prefer things that are unsweetened, and we can add our own natural sweeteners by using fruit. And our acai bowl is going to be sweetened naturally by the frozen fruit that we put in. And we're also going to put in half of a ripe banana. It's half of a medium banana. I already used the other half this morning. And we're just going to put it in there. It's going to make it nice and thick. It's going to add good fiber. It's basically just going to keep us full and make the smoothie nice and thick. I have a huge bag of frozen berries here. Any frozen fruit that you want to add to this acai bowl is going to taste great. Acai goes with pretty much everything. We just happen to have a really big bag of frozen fruit or frozen berries on hand. So I'm going to do half a cup, half a scoop, a heaping half a scoop, because it's kind of coming up over the top, of frozen berries. Like I said, you can use frozen mangoes, frozen pineapples. I mean, acai is a tropical berry, it's a tropical fruit, so any kind of fruit that you want to throw in there will work, and it's going to be yummy and tasty. On top of that, I'm going to throw in half a cup. You can just use the same measuring cup of unsweetened original almond milk. Like I said, I don't like to add artificial sweeteners if I don't have to, or I try to keep the amount of artificial sweeteners that I add to things very low. Because I don't want that spike in blood sugar that's going to leave me hungry later by adding all this extra sugar. So I also prefer a breakfast. I prefer a breakfast that's packed with protein. None of these ingredients really have protein inherently in them, so I'm actually using a scoop of strawberry protein powder. If you want, you can omit this completely. You don't have to add extra protein if you don't want to, or if you don't have any on hand. If you don't have strawberry, vanilla protein powder works. I mean, really, you can go any direction that you want with it. I would even say cinnamon protein powder would be fine with it also. Strawberry, I just know is going to complement the flavors that we already have going on in our acai bowl smoothie thing we have happening right over here. So that's it. That's all that's going in here. I'm going to blend it all up, and it's gonna be nice and thick. Sometimes I like to give it a shake just to make sure that it's getting everything. And then that's pretty much it as far as the acai smoothie bowl goes. It's sweating, so it's hard to open. It's gonna be a little bit thick, maybe just a tad thicker than a typical smoothie would be. If it's not, you can feel free to add extra ice, or sometimes if I'm not planning on eating it right away, I'll throw it in the freezer for a little, which just creates like a layer on top that you kind of have to like break through. But to top our acai bowl, 'cause it's all about toppings now at this point, I have some cut up strawberries, cut up blueberries, cut up bananas, and I also picked up these coconut chips that looked amazing. I think it's really hard to find unsweetened coconut anywhere. I love the flavor. I love that it's tropical. It totally goes with, you know, the tropical fruit thing that we have going in our smoothies right now. These are toasted coconut chips, and they're actually sweetened with coconut sugar, which is a naturally occurring sugar. It's got a lower glycemic index than regular sugar, and part of the reason that people stay away from sugar in general, any kind of processed sugar, is that it's devoid of all nutrients. It's empty calories. Coconut sugar retains some of the nutrients that is from coconuts, and so you're kind of getting some nutrient benefits from that. And like I said, with a lower glycemic index, it's not going to have us have this big spike in blood sugar. So I am going to take a handful of blueberries. Honestly, like I said, fruit that you put in it, toppings that you use, you know, after it's all blended are totally and completely up to you. I love berries. They're super rich antioxidants. They're super healthful, and they're naturally very sweet. So no matter what kind of berries I choose, as long as they're nice and ripe, I know that they're gonna be super tasty. So I'm just putting a handful of each of these guys on top of our acai bowl. Because I love these coconut chips. I can just eat them raw, and it's probably a problem, but I'm refusing to acknowledge it. I'm also gonna throw a tablespoon of all natural creamy peanut butter on top. Some people throw it in when blending. I like it on top because I like to scoop it up with some of the fruit that I have. But this is gonna give us another good source of protein. It's a good source of fat because we're lacking fat in this bowl itself. And the protein and the fat are gonna keep you satiated all day long. So that, you know, after you eat this, you're not reaching for something unhealthy like a donut a couple hours later. And I'm just gonna take about a teaspoon of chia seeds and sprinkle them all on top. You can add homemade granola if you want something with a little more grain in it. You can add, you know, sunflower butter is a really good addition to these. It's actually one of my favorites. We just don't happen to have it on hand. But they're all really, really yummy. So I'm gonna dig into this because I'm starving. Because of the use of the strawberry protein powder, that taste is really coming through, but it's creamy, it's fruity, it's refreshing. I love something that I can eat with a spoon. It makes me feel like it's gonna keep me a little bit more full than just drinking out of a straw, so I like that too. I really encourage you guys to give this recipe a try. It's one of my favorites for summertime. It's super healthy. You're gonna feel satiated all day long. If you guys do like it, give it a try. Hashtag me, Fit Booty Kitchen, or FBK on Instagram, and I love to see what you guys make and what you guys post. And I will see you guys next time. Have a great day.